everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today you join me in my shed, my man shed, my getaway. There's been a much requested video on my channel that people want to see a up-to-date tour of not only my shed but also my toolbox. So that is what I'm going to go ahead and do today. Now, to be honest with you, the shed hasn't actually changed that much from last year. I also haven't bought that many tools from last year because I've pretty much got everything that I need. However, I have moved a few bit around, reorganised some stuff. There is a few new bits that you'll also notice if you have watched my previous shed tours. So I'm going to stop yapping now. Let's give you a tour around this shed. So for those of you that are new around here and you haven't really seen any of my other previous shed videos, this is my man shed. This is the place where all the magic happens. This is a 12 by 8 shed, so 12 foot long that way, 8 foot that way, and then the highest point right there is 7 feet, I think, so it's technically a workshop, but it is just a shed. So as we walk on in, I'll close the door behind me. I don't know how well the camera is going to pick up. I'll just give you a quick pan of the place. There you go. It's a little bit of a mess and it's very cluttered, but it is what it is. You can see the high ceiling. I'm about 6'2", and as you can see, I can sort of just about reach the roof, so it is quite high. I think the peak is just over 7 feet, so plenty enough room for me to sort of walk out in here. That's what I wanted. A normal size shed, I found myself sort of just about here where the roof was. It wasn't really good enough, so I've gone for the high ceilings so I can move around easier, and it also gives the impression that shed is a lot bigger than it is, having the high ceiling, so that's a good feature as well. So as you walk in, doors are here. Got a couple of welding masks on the door, even though I don't weld. They're good for grinding and stuff as well. On the left hand side, this is a fairly new addition. I think I got this year. I made a completely separate video on sort of setting all this up, so if you want to watch that, make sure you go back and watch that. This is my dad's old kitchen from his house. The worktop and all the cupboards are all from his kitchen. They were all going to go in the skip, so I thought, nope, I'm going to save them, and so I did. They make good storage. I've got sort of various bits and pieces in these drawers, all electrical stuff, and then other random stuff. In this one, I've got all my cleaning gear is up the top here, so I've got all my soaps and various cleaning products up the top, and then down the bottom I've got all my chemicals slash spray paint, so all my tins and WD-40 and grease remover and all that stuff is all in there. Makes quite a good storage place for all those tins and stuff. Then I've got my Halford Socket Set, which I use quite a lot, and if I move that out of the way, in this cupboard at the top I've got all of my case tools, so anything that comes in a plastic case I've just stuck them up there for now just to keep them organised and safe. And then down the bottom, for some reason I've got 3 tubs of vinegar. I think I was going to do a video on rust removal once upon a time, but I never got around to it, so I might have to do that soon. And then this side, just more cleaning products. I've got a bunch of polishes in there, microfibers, and also my orbital polishing tool is in there as well. Up the top of the workbench, I've tried to keep things fairly minimalist and clean so that I've got lots of space to work. Over here I've just got a speaker so I can play music if I get bored. I've got my vise. I've got a nice little setup of plugs here for charging various different bits and pieces. I've got myself a pillar drill here, which my next door neighbour kindly gave to me for free, which is cool. Then over here I've just got like a docking station with a bunch of various chargers and impact guns and stuff like that. And then the drawers are just filled with paperwork, various odds and sods, nothing particularly exciting in there. And then I've got more chargers here, and then this is the electric. This is where the electric comes in. My dad set all that up for me. Still got a snap-on clock up there, a hacksaw and a couple of spanners just for decoration. I got my number plates from my old Astra that I had, my silver 3-door. I've got them up there, and then I've also got a tube light here, which you can obviously see. A couple more number plates up there. This was a head gasket off one of my old cars. I think it was the Corsa. Next to my workbench, I have then got sort of a toolbox slash tool cart stack. I got this tool cart from Homebase probably about a year and a half ago. Served me well. It basically just stores all of my metalworking stuff. So I've got files, punches, all various stuff in there. And I've got drill bits, taps and dies, easy out tools, die grinder stuff and what have you in there. And the bottom one I've got sandpaper, some hammers and some wire brushes in there. And then on top I've got this recently acquired, this year I think I got this snap-on box. Picked this up off Facebook for like 15 quid I think it was, or something stupid. Really cheap. Houses most of my electrical tools, so I've got a couple of impacts here, another impact and a drill. I've also got my cordless grinder, various grinding discs, gloves and different attachments for that. In this one I've just got some random tools, a couple of knives, screwdrivers, a bunch of random stuff that I just threw in here. Next one, little drawer of hammers. These are like my smaller hammers for like fine metal work if I need to just hammer something gently. That's them. And then the bottom one I've got air tools and electrical tools. So I got given these not too long ago actually. This is a 1/2 inch impact gun, an air drill, an air ratchet as well. I haven't got a compressor here, which is a shame, but that's them. Moving on from that, I've then got my TV set up in this corner. This hasn't really changed too much recently, but my TV with my Fire Stick in it. I've got an Xbox 360 down there if I ever want to chill out and just play some games. A few different ornaments on this little shelf. Got some vintage ratchets and spanners and stuff like that just to help decorate the place. Moving on, this is the back wall, so the doors are that end. And then this is the back wall. I've tried to fill up with various different pieces of artwork and signs and stuff like that. Got a GTA 5 map, a few New York pictures, snap-on, some other tool ones and various different bits and pieces. In front of that, down the bottom, I've got another toolbox sitting down here. This one's not actually housing that many tools. It's basically just a junk drawer for screws, bolts, nut, clamps, clips, pretty much anything you can imagine is in there. Got another one with just various different bolts and stuff in. Another one with various different bolts and stuff in. And just some DVDs. And then just some random stuff on that bottom one. Nothing too exciting. Moving around, we have the sofa. This is still here. My little 2-seater recliner. Whenever I'm in the middle of working on a car, I always come in here and sit and eat my lunch or whatever. Watch a little bit of YouTube while I eat my lunch. And then go back outside. I've got a spoiler for the Astra here. This is a GSI one in Ardent Blue, but I will be painting it silver obviously to match the car at some point, so expect that video within the next couple of weeks. Got my Union Jack flag, of course, got to represent, and then got a sign that my mum got me not too long ago, Parts and Service. We got this from Wyndham Garden Centre, I think. She got it for me, very kind. I've then got the oil seal from the Corsa, which you see me do like a week or two ago. This is the head gasket from the Astra, which I thought I'd just stick up on the wall. Then, moving around again, we have got my shelving with all my various different bits and pieces on. It's kind of a bit of a mess, don't really like it too much, but it does the job of storing stuff. That's kind of what you expect racking to do. Got various different oils, car parts, tools, toolboxes, keeping it sort of fairly neat and tidy. I've then got a tool cart in front of that. Don't really use this, it's just mainly used for storage, for car parts and stuff, as you can see. Just got random stuff all over this thing. I don't really use it as a tool cart as it's intended, but it is what it is. Right, so you've seen all around the shed. It's not too exciting and it hasn't actually changed that much from when I last showed this tour. There's a few different bits and pieces, some stuff's moved around, but apart from that it's pretty much the same. I don't really buy that much stuff. I haven't really moved it around or changed the layout of it at all, so it's pretty much the same. But this is what you want to see, isn't it? I know this is what you want to see, is the toolbox. And to be honest with you, I think you're going to be a little bit disappointed, because not only is it a little bit messy at the moment, because I haven't gone through it before I filmed this video, but it's also not really changed that much, to be perfectly honest with you. I haven't bought that many tools. You get to a point when you're working on cars where you can never have too many tools, but it gets stupid, just keep buying and buying. I've pretty much got everything that I need. I'm covered for most things. The only thing I ever seem to buy now is like specialty tools, so if I'm doing like a timing chain or a special job, then I will buy that tool for that job. But I don't buy sockets anymore, I don't buy ratchets anymore, anything like that I don't really buy anymore, because number one, I haven't got the money for it. I put all my spare money now into like the projects and the cars instead of buying tools, and number two, I've got so many already, I don't need any more. Right, so without further ado, I'll walk you through this thing. I'll sort of show you what's in every drawer, as you do in a toolbox tour. Got my stickers on the back, repping the Savage Garage and Savage and all these other various ones. This is just a random pack of stickers that I got once upon a time. At the top we have got sockets, just a variation of all different brands, all different shapes and sizes. Got 1/2 inch stuff, 3/8 stuff, 1/4 inch, Torx, larger sockets, big old ones like that. Easy out sockets, spline sockets, all sorts of stuff up there. I don't really work out of this too much, I'll be completely honest. I work more out of this little green toolbox down here. It's got most of my most used tools in. So we've got sockets up the top. In this one I've just got some extensions, various different shapes and sizes. This one is just a junk drawer, as you can see, money, pens, clips, random. This one again, another sort of junk drawer, got a few liquids and stuff in there as well. Next one down, we have a ratchet drawer. I don't really use that many of these ratchets, I'll be completely honest. Again, like I said, I work mostly out of that toolbox. I don't really use this one too much, but 1/2 inch stuff, 3/8 stuff, got some snap-on in here. That's a snap-on, that's a snap-on, that one's a snap-on, and then I've got a couple of little tins here that have just got like sockets in them, like socket sets. I can open them. There you go. Got a little 1/4 inch socket set in there. 3/8, but I don't think this one's complete now. It's got sockets in. These are actually snap-on, I think. Yeah, they are. There you go. Don't really use them ones too much. So that's that drawer. Next one down, just completely random. Got a bit set here, some sockets, and I think this is just like a 1/4 inch set. Yep, there you go. Little 1/4 inch socket set there. Next one down, this is sort of my electrical drawer. I've got electrical tape, I've got measuring tools, heat shrink, scan tool, just various different electrical bits and pieces in there. Next toolbox down, so this is like this is a 3-tier box. I've got one here, and the bottom box there. That was the first box. I've just shown you all the stuff that's in there. Second one down, I've just got picks and like prying tools in here. As you can see, a few different brands and styles and lengths in there. Next one down, I've got a set of long spanners here from Signet. They're quite nice spanners actually. You can see how long they are. This is an 18mm. It's about the length of my arm, so that's a good size. And they're actually really useful for tight bolts. Then I've just got some plastic trim tools over here. Next one down, I've got like a bit drawer, so I've got some Torx, some Allen keys, another little bit set here, a bunch of random bits. That's another bit set there, and then some Allen keys and various other bits and pieces in there. This one is my specialty drawer, so I've got like specialist tools, different pullers and clamps and oil removing tools and brake hose pliers, all sorts of just sort of random. This is like my specialty drawer in here. Don't very often use the stuff in there. So that is the second one done. Now to move on to the bottom. In the top drawer we have got a variation of spanners. We've got some swan neck stuff, double-ended crowfoot spanners here, and some adjustables there. In the next one, more spanners. Got some larger stuff here, goes up to 28mm. A little set here from Bergen. This is actually a really nice set of spanners. If you're looking for your first set of like 8 to 19mm spanners, go on eBay and search for Bergen or US Pro. This set is a really nice set of spanners for the price. I think they're like 20 quid or something. Various other smaller spanners here and some flexies. Next one down, we have a really weak looking screwdriver drawer. Most of my screwdrivers are in that toolbox, so this is just like a complete waste of time for a drawer, to be honest with you. I need to clear that out. I told you it was a mess. Next one down, we've got some pliers and some cutters and random stuff in there. Nothing particularly exciting. Next one down, we have my hammer drawer, probably my favourite drawer out of the whole lot. Got a couple of snap-on, got a dead blow, and a little ball peen, and then just a bunch of other hammers. Most of these are from a haul that I did a video solely on these hammers. I showed them all out. If you want to watch any more about that, go back on the channel, they're on there somewhere. Next one down, just got a few cases and stuff, some cases of springs and clips, a staple gun. I'm not actually entirely sure what this is. Let me just have a look. It looks like a pressure tester, a vacuum pump bleeder for brakes, I guess. There you go. Didn't even know I had that. Glue gun. Oh yeah, some of you asked in my Corsa video where I did the rear main seal, a lot of you asked how I align my clutches. Now I didn't do this in the Corsa, but this is what I usually use. It's just like a universal clutch alignment tool. Actually works really well. You can find these on eBay or Amazon, I'm sure, but that's what I use, so try and find something like that on there. Pretty useful. And then in the bottom drawer, we've got some heavier stuff. I've got reciprocating saw down there, impact gun, heat gun, some goggles, spring compressors, wire brushes, that sort of thing. And there you go, that is it for that toolbox. To be completely honest with you, my tools are kind of scattered around everywhere. I've got tools in this toolbox down here, I'll show you that in a second. But the tools that are in my red toolbox there, I don't really use that many of them that often. Most of my tools are in the green toolbox. I've got some other stuff in this one, like you said, so my tools aren't congregated sort of just in one toolbox anymore. That one's not big enough to take them all anyway, and I just found myself spreading them out a little bit, so there may have been some new bits in there from my last video, but I don't think there would have been that many. That's just kind of a storage for the tools that I actually have at the moment. So with that said, I will quickly just show you what's in this green toolbox, because like I said, this is the one that I work out of the most. So if I just move it, there you go. So that's what it looks like. I have got my stuff separated into categories as much as I can. I've got ratchets and extensions up in here. Got a few snap-on bits and pieces. I've got a set of snap-on spanners in here. These are the non-flank drive ones, but they're good nonetheless. Got a whole set of them in here, 8 to 19. Got adjustable spanners in there and various other bits and pieces as well. In this one down here I've got screwdrivers, picks, anything that doesn't fit into these categories up here just gets chucked in the bottom. In this one I've got some sockets, got some shallow and some deep 3/8 in there. I think those ones are Signet, the brand. And then I've just got a bunch of pliers up in here, all different variations and styles in there. So this is the one I work out of the most. I use this, and I also use my Halford set. You'll see that in a lot of videos. I use both of these two on my cars. Sort of combination of the two seems to work quite well. I'm just trying to think if there's anything else I can really show you. That's kind of all I've got in here. I've got a bunch of clothes down the bottom there and a hoover. But that's pretty much it. I told you that my shed hasn't really changed that much. I haven't really added that much to it. I do kind of want to reorganize it and like switch it all around. But having looked at it, there's not really a lot more I can do, and to be honest with you, it's a lot of work to switch this place around. There'd be a lot to do, and it probably isn't worth it, to be honest. So there you have it. That is the 2018 update tour of my shed. I hope you guys enjoyed. Let me know if there's anything you would change to this place. It might give me some ideas and inspire me to actually do something with it. But I'm quite happy. It's a nice place to work in. To be honest with you, I'm not in here that much anyway. I'm only usually in here to either grab tools or to sit down and have like a tea break or something. That's pretty much all I use it for, and obviously just for storage. Most of my time is spent out there actually working on the car. I take my tools for the most part out to the car, so I don't actually spend that much time in here. So there you have it. Hope you guys enjoyed. Make sure you leave a thumbs up on the video, it helps me out a lot. Make sure you subscribe for future content. I'm actually going to my dad's tomorrow to work on his trike, so I'll be filming when I'm there as well. I can update you on bits and pieces, and we really want to motor along with that trike and really try and get it on the road before the cold weather sets in this year. But anyway, that's enough. I'll catch you guys in the next one.